Hi, my name is Nicole and this is the first video for my YouTube channel, Nicole Stitchtree. I'm coming to you from Yaga and Turrbal country in the city of Mianjin, Australia. A bit about me, I'm a professional musician by day/night, and in my spare time I like to continue to create things. I just love creating, whether it's making music, making my clothes, cooking, baking. So just something about making with my hands that I find really special and sort of nourishes my soul. So I'm really grateful for what I do for a living, that I'm able to be a musician and be paid for it. But this video channel will not be about my violist life. It's actually going to be about my sewing and my knitting and my making journey in life in general. So if you only sew or you only knit, I will put timestamps down below so that you can skip to the part of the video that you actually want to watch. You do not have to watch the whole video. If you do, then thanks, but I really don't mind if you don't. Why I wanted to start this channel is because I use Instagram a lot and I love it, but I find that I don't share much about my process, and I post lots of nice pictures on the grid, but I wanted to share more about specifics about the yarns or the fabrics or the patterns and what I was working on. And I found myself filming like story videos that would go on for ages, and I know they're really annoying to watch because you can't watch them at any speed other than what they are. And what I love about YouTube is that you can watch it at 1.5 speed. So if someone's fast forwarding through my voice right now, then great, I'm all for that. So I don't really expect many people to watch my video or continue to keep watching, but thank you for watching if you are. So I thought I'd start with knitting because knitting is my first creative love other than music. And it sort of spurred me into making my own clothes, and that inspired me getting into sewing. So this is where it all began, and this is why I'll start most of my YouTube videos with knitting segment. So what I'm wearing right now, this is the Netherton cardigan from possibly the first Pom Pom magazine issue. I don't have that handy, so I can't say that for sure. This is the Netherton cardigan. You can see it's got this beautiful detail on the cuffs and at the bottom. I'm not going to stand up to show it. Instead, I'm going to try to put a picture here of how it looks. It's got nice kind of bubbly sleeves, twisted rib edges. How much better than normal ribbing is twisted ribbing? So this is a pretty old make for me, at least like 4 or 5 years old or something like that. And it's supposed to have buttons, but I never put them on and I never will. So yeah, I wear it open and love it. This is a Cleckheaton Superfine Merino wool, and that's a commercially produced yarn here in Australia. It's got beautiful stitch definition and wears really well, like doesn't pill that much. So I love it. Okay, and now I also want to show you what's on the chair. I like to hang a shawl over my chair because it's not a very beautiful chair. And I want to display my shawls. I don't really get a chance to wear them much here in Brisbane. So it's a good way to display them. This is the Satellite Shawl by Andrea Murray, Drea Renee Knits. This was actually something that I knit in a knit along with my mum and my sister. So that's the Green Tree KAL, Green Tree Knit Along. And it was a real stash buster for me. It's really warm and cozy, hence why I don't get to wear it that much. But I love being able to display it about my house. So now I'll move on to finished projects or finished objects. And when I thought about making a YouTube video, I wasn't really sure how far back I would go with finished objects for my first video. So for this, I thought I'd go back to the start of the year. I'm actually quite a slow knitter. I don't have that many projects to show for the last 2 years. I had some hiccups with some silly errors in various things, and some things that are just languishing in the cupboard waiting to be finished. I might talk about those later. So I'll go from the start of the year. So I'm going to start with this one. I actually got married in January of this year, and I wanted to make a shawl for the chilly evenings, summer evening. And I chose this shawl. This pattern is Waiting for Rain by Sylvia McFadden. And I just love how it drapes here into like a spiral. It's just so beautiful in this wool. I think it's something to do with how the edging is done and the shape of the shawl. It's just really lovely. I also love the lace panels to keep it a little bit interesting. So yeah, that's what I wore on my wedding day. This yarn is Veronita base by Ching Fiber. So that's like a fluffy cashmere base. And it is so soft, and it's got this beautiful halo. So just lovely. I love this shawl. And the yarn, it's special because it's my wedding shawl, but also it's special because the yarn I made it with, I actually won in a prize. So Ching Fiber had a Knit for Your Pets competition, and I did a Sherlock Holmes outfit for my previous dog, Cuba, who sadly passed last year. And I won, and I got a voucher for the store, for the Ching Fiber store, and I bought this wool and some others. I bought this wool with it, so it was just like a special memory of Cuba that I had with me on the day. So that's the Waiting for Rain shawl. Just beautiful. Okay, and after that, I was knitting a shawl that I finished in January as well, just right after my wedding. And, it involved a lot of car knitting on the car trip down to where we were having our wedding. And that's the Shawlography Mystery Knit-Along shawl Stephen West designed for last year in October. This is how it looks. I loved when I picked these colours, how they all look together in skeins, and sort of how they went with this dress and other sort of rainbow things that I have. But the way that it turned out, I obviously didn't know what the pattern looked like when I chose the colours. So I didn't realise the colours would be played so closely together, like here, the blue and the yellow. I don't actually really love that together. I do like the border, how the colours are there. But sadly, yes, this is not my favourite shawl. I just feel like the colours don't work as well as they could, which is a little bit sad, but it is super comfy to wear. And yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm just being a little bit too harsh on myself. I do love this rainbow colour wheel type beginning that happened. It's so cool. And my favourite colour in the whole bit is this white colour that I got that has speckles of other things in it, which is lovely. So that's the Shawlography shawl that I made. It's actually really fun. My mum and my sister sort of jumped on the Mystery Knit-Along bandwagon with me for Stephen West's Mystery Knit-Alongs each year. My mum's done a couple now, and my sister, I think, has done two as well. But my mum doesn't actually like to wear shawls or heavy knits or any knits really. So, but she loves to knit. So I said, if I, chose the colours and bought the yarn, would you give it to me afterwards? And she did. How awesome is that? So I chose these colours for mum, and I like her shawl way better than I like my own. So it's just a mix of purples with a bit of pastel orange and mint green. And I chose these colours because I really wanted a shawl to go with a dress that I'd made that has sort of puffy sleeves that I didn't really want to put a cardigan over. So when it's cooler, I wanted a shawl to go with that dress, and I'll put a picture here if I can with the editing. We'll see how that all goes. But I just love this colour combo, and it goes absolutely perfectly with that dress. So I am super pleased with how this turned out, and super thankful to Mum for gifting it to me. So thank you so much for that. Okay, and then the last thing is a test knit that I did for Bernice of her design handle is Yamagara. So it's called the Lapis Pullover, and it's got this really retro sort of style. It's like a boxy shape with these great sleeves. It's super easy to wear, and I love the shape of it when it's draped on the body. I'll put a picture. And it's a really great pattern for highlighting like one like special skein that you have. So I really, really enjoyed this knit, even though it's a provisional cast on for the whole bottom part. That almost drove me mental. I had to do that a couple of times, but I paired it with this. I paired that special color. This is a twill and print yarn. The color is Hygge. I'm probably saying it wrong. Paired with a Malabrigo navy blue, and that's a fingering weight tee. So I really love this. If I made it again, I would just extend this body part by a bit, because I feel like these chevrons, I'd love them to hit a little bit below the bust rather than right on the bust where they currently hit. So that would be my only thing if I made it again. But I get a bit impatient, and I just do the minimum number of centimeters usually, and then wish I'd done more. That happens quite often with projects. But what a pleasant knit, and because I'm in a very warm climate, knitted tees are like, you know, the wardrobe staple for me for knitwear now. So I'm so happy with this one. Okay, now it's time to show some yarn. When I've watched other YouTube videos, it's kind of cool to see new acquisitions and people showing what they bought. I don't think I'll do that all the time, because I have quite a healthy stash, and I don't really want to promote over consumerism, and sort of the whole reason that I love knitting and sewing is the slow fashion side of it. So I don't ever really want to make people feel bad if they can't buy a lot of yarn or don't have a lot of yarn. But I have been making a stash for many years. So sometimes if I haven't got anything new to show in my YouTube videos, I will just do a stash flash and show you something special from years gone by. So actually, again, I'm doing this pretty much from the start of the year. These are my new acquisitions for yarn. I'll start with something that is 100% me, my colour scheme, and that's this beautiful pink sort of colour, dusty pink with some speckles, by Twill and Print. This colour is Petals. Twill and Print is a Canadian dyer and pin maker. And my sister and I, sometimes we buy stuff and to justify the shipping. So that's what happened. We bought this ages ago. It took ages to come because Australia is really far from everything, as is Canada. So it took ages to go from Canada to Australia, and then she obviously had it. So I had to wait till the next time I saw her to get this. And I think she basically gifted it to me because it was my birthday by that time, and I couldn't remember whether I'd paid her for it or not. So anyway, I just love pinks. I used to even have pink hair. So this is a beautiful, beautiful colour that I'd been eyeing off for a long time. So I've got that. And then I got this on a local yarn store trip in Sydney with my sister. Her name's Kelly, and she's got an Instagram, K2 together. Because her name is K2 and knit two together. Actually came up with that, so I'll take all that credit. I got this mohair at Skein Sisters in Sydney. It's Kremke Silky Kid Soul Wool. I don't know if that shows up the right way around or mirrored because this is a selfie camera, whatever. It's just this great bright pink, which is so cool. And I kind of want to do the Plumitis top from Pom Pom magazine, the spring issue that came out recently, well, most recent spring issue, which I think it will just look really cool. So that's what I want to do with that. Oh, by the way, I don't really have a plan for this. My strategy, if you can call it a strategy, when I'm buying yarn is to get 2 skeins if I really like the colour, and then I'll do a knitted tee, because as I said before, knitted tees are what I should be making here in Brisbane. So 2 skeins if I really love the colour to make a knitted tee. I'll get 3 skeins if I want to make a full sweater, and I'll get 1 skein if I think the colour is really interesting, and then I'll just sort of use that for colour work or for colour in a shawl or something like that. But yeah, this, I'm not sure I've got the yardage to make the Plumitis, but these were the balls that they had left in this bright pink colour. I wonder if it has the name of the colour. I don't think it does. I think it's probably just a number. This is also sort of like a commercial type produced thing, I think. So there's that. At the same time, they were having a sale, and that's why my sister and I had gone there. I got some Life in the Long Grass, which is a brand that I really love. Well, a dye that I really love, but it's quite like really expensive here in Australia because it's not Australian and they have to ship it in and everything. So when it went on sale, it was like, well, I have to get some. And I really wanted to try this linen merino singles base. I just love how it's a little bit sort of heathered, and you can see those linen fibers. I wonder if I just get out of the way a little bit, whether you can see it a bit better. So this color is Moorlands, and I want to pair that with this color. So this is, what is this? Beach Grass, which has these beautiful speckles. I don't know if that's going to focus. Oh, there we go, maybe. So kind of a little outside what I'd normally get. This is actually a little bit richer than it's coming up on the camera, a little bit more vibrant greens. I want to pair these in a shawl with a special little pop of colour for a special project that will be revealed at a later date. So yeah, that's those 3 that I got for that: Beach Grass and Moorlands. I really love the linen content of it that creates this beautiful effect. I think it's going to be perfect for this special shawl. So that's what I got there for that. And then most recently, aside from that, so this has been since the start of the year. This is 5 months of yarn buying, so this is pretty good, I have to say. I bought some yarn when Happy Hank, an Australian dyer, decided to take a break from her shop. So I'm really pleased to have gotten these for an excellent price as well. So Happy Hank Co. I've used her yarn in another jumper that I've knitted before, and it's just gorgeous. This is colour Nori, and it's a 4-ply. I'm a sucker for greens, and I love how well this goes with my new plants that are just over there. So, oh, it's just so rich. There's the bluish speckles, the dark speckles. So yeah, as I said, 2 colours because I love it. So I could make a t-shirt, a knitted tee. So that's that. And that's basically all of my new yarns for the year. I have bought a little bit more in the latest La Bien-Aimée sale, again combining shipping with my sister, but that won't come for a while. So yeah, that's that. Yay. Okay, I'm going to show some of my work in progress projects. So that's whips. I'll start with what I'm like really actively working on. It's like story of every knitter's life, right? This I started for the Knit Diversity KAL Knit Along by Amy Sher. This is the Great Gingham Raglan by Jessie May Designs. I just love this. This lilac color is a Ching fiber color, and I knew I really wanted a sweater in this color. I got 3 skeins, but one of them really didn't match the other 2, was like quite a bit darker. So I decided to split them up, and 2 skeins as main color was going to be enough for this gingham raglan. And I wanted to get a contrast color, that's the white, to go with it, that had a little bit of variegation in it, but not too much. So I was really on a hunt for like the perfect color of wool there. And I love how it's got those little speckles of orange. I love how it's quite close in tone to the purple. So it's a little bit of a less stark contrast. It's a bit more hazy. So I'm really happy with that. That contrast color is a Life in the Long Grass color, and I think it's called Wolf. I will correct that if I'm wrong. It's done first with the sleeves, which I guess kind of stops you being on Sleeve Island, but man, doing full color work in a small circumference like that was a real pain. I got shorties for my birthday though, so that made it a little bit more bearable, but I guess that's good that I've got the sleeves done first then, because I don't have to worry about it now. And I'm getting pretty close. I don't want it to fall off my needles, and my needles are smaller than the circumference, so I can't quite stretch it out. I've done a few of the decreases so far. What I also didn't like about going from the bottom up and attaching the sleeves was how it felt when I joined the sleeves on. It was really not a smooth circle to knit round for quite a few rounds. So there's that, but I do like that the sleeves are already done. So just whizzing up to the top, and we'll probably try to do the neckline a little lower than it actually is in the pattern. We'll see. So that's my most active whip at the moment. A bit selfish, because what I should really be working on is this jumper for my husband, which was going to be a wedding gift to him from me. And the wedding was in January. So now I'm going to try and get it done for his birthday. So do you think I can do it for his birthday? I'm almost done with the first sleeve. This is the flax pullover, flax light, because it's 4-ply by Tin Can Knits. I do have one tiny gripe with Tin Can Knits, and that is that they only put imperial measurements on their patterns, which really bugs me, because I'm sorry Americans, but do you know that hardly anybody else in the world still uses imperial measurements? So at least do other people the courtesy, like acknowledge that, you know, there's a world outside of America, and put metric measurements in, please, for any American designers. Okay. Most of them do. I even wrote to Tin Can Knits to say, would you consider putting metric measurements on your patterns? And they basically didn't want to. So anyway, I love that their patterns go all sizes though, really size inclusive. Like you can make this for babies. I've made this pattern for my littlest nephew, Tommy. So I was wondering whether it was for the littlest nephew or the oldest nephew, which is John. But I'm pretty sure it's for the littlest nephew, Tommy. And yeah, I've got this lovely Malabrigo color. I can't even remember what it's called now, because I started this so long ago. And I hope I finish it for his birthday, because we're going to go to Tasmania on a holiday, and he'll have his birthday there, and it'll actually be cold because it'll be winter time. So I hope that I have it finished for then, and that he can wear it all of our Tasmania holiday. Well, he better wear it all of our Tasmania holiday, let me tell you, because a man jumper takes a lot of time. Anyway, so that's what I should be working on, and I will. I'm going to be a bit more dedicated with this, because his birthday is in like a month. So I really want to finish that and have it blocked and ready for our trip. It's kind of funny how like going on holiday makes you want to make a whole heap of things for that holiday. So I mentioned we're going to Tasmania for a winter holiday, and it'll be really quite cold there. So now I'm just like really busting to finish these whips. Like I really want to have this cardigan, well, this jumper done for that trip. It'll be so cozy and so perfect for that. But I also want to finish my husband's sweater. So like, I don't know, I should just not go mad before going on holiday, right? I also want to sew some things, so some jackets. Yeah, it's a craziness that takes over when you go on holiday. Okay, now for the sewing segment. So I got into sewing probably really seriously during COVID, so a couple of years ago. I'd always had a sewing machine, but because I was moving around a lot and wasn't really settled anywhere, it just didn't really happen. And I didn't really have that personality I needed. I just kind of tried to throw things together, and when they didn't work, I would get a bit annoyed about it. So I started to be a bit more meticulous and perfectionist, and that sort of helped my sewing. I know it's not always the healthiest mindset, perfectionism, but it really did help me push forward with sewing, and I'm really happy I have, because I love having clothes that I've worn and having a wardrobe that's mostly me made. So anyway, I'll get on with it. What I'm wearing right now, it's all crinkled because I've been under a cardigan, but this is my rainbow dress. It's this pattern, Style 4040. I don't know what company Style is. It's got a French translation though, so maybe it's French. I just really thought it would look great in this Nerida Hansen gingham. I'll put a picture of the whole look here so you can see what it looks like. And I just love the panels. And I've also made a top of this where I just cut it off there, and that looks great too. That's one of my favorite things to wear. This dress is just super easy just to pop on. Like I'm just at home today and I just popped it on. So yeah, that's what I'm wearing right now in Nerida Hansen gingham, and it's cotton sateen, which I love. I love the Nerida Hansen cotton sateen. It's easy to sew, but it still has a bit of a nice bit of drape. I made this dress early last year, so January 2021, and it's the first project where I really tried really nice finishes. It's all French seamed inside. These are all hand stitched, the hems, so that they're invisible from the right side, and I tried for some pattern matching and it worked out really well. This paneling being biased but the rest of it not. I'm just really proud of this dress. You'll see what it really looks like in full. Okay, so that's what I'm wearing. Now I'm going to talk about projects that I finished objects, and in the month of May, so for my knitting segment, I went all the way back to the start of the year, but for sewing, I'll just do for this month because I'm a bit quicker with sewing, and obviously it's a faster fiber art. And I kind of really like to make, this year I've really tried to make one thing a week sort of thing. I kind of stopped that in May because I was working on this special project. I'll just grab it. I mean, also my quilted pillows here that I love. So I got gifted some beautiful linen from a Perth company. It's called Delinum. And it's this white, sort of very subtle check. You can see it's got a beautiful little sheen through the lines. And I made this dress. I haven't taken pictures of it yet because it's just been so rainy. But this weekend, finally, we have some sun. So I'm going to get my husband of Instagram to take some nice finished project photos of this. Anyway, that's that. So you'll see nice pictures of that soon, hopefully. It is a little bit sheer, so I underlined the bodice, but with something that was also a bit sheer, so that was a bit stupid of me. And I didn't underline the skirt because I thought the volume of the skirt would be enough to sort of get away with not lining. I don't think it is. but I've got some slips, so I'll just wear a slip underneath. So that's that. That's a Simplicity pattern. I'm trying not to crinkle that up because I want to take nice pictures later. That's a Simplicity pattern, quite a newish one, I think. It's this one. The number is 9040, and I made view C. I do like the look of the sleeves on view A, but I don't know if I'll be making this again. It was quite an involved sew, and I had to make quite a few adjustments. But, I mean, seeing as now I've already made the adjustments, I wonder if I would make it again. The pockets are huge, which is always a big plus, as I'm sure a lot of you feel the same way. So, those are basically my finished... Oh, no, I've got one more finished project. That was just one. And that is... Well, actually, this is a bit of a work in progress. It's kind of a finished project because I finished the quilt top for this. Let me just unfold it. It looks like this. Now I'm completely covering my view for the camera, so I can't see what I'm doing. But I hope that's coming across in some way. This is the Godric quilt pattern by Mess Pattern Company, which I believe is Canadian. And it was just really simple straight lines, and other than this curved sun sort of thing, was really simple to put together. And I love quilting. No, I love piecing. I hate quilting. So that's why this has not even been quilted yet. And then I kind of thought, I've always wanted a quilted jacket. Instead of a wall hanging, which is what this was going to be, maybe I should just turn it into a quilted jacket, using the Megan Nielsen Hovia jacket pattern that I have. So I might do that. I'd have to lay the pieces out. Obviously I want this sun to be like on the back, but then I don't really have enough for the front pieces or the arms, the sleeves. So yeah, I don't know if I'll do that. I might keep it as a wall hanging, and in the future maybe do something similar to this for a quilted jacket. I mean, I have a quilt pack that I really want to use that I bought from Nerida Hansen. It is so cool. It's got all the cool colours. But I want to do a different pattern for that because it's a lot more different colours, and I want them all to play together. I'll just actually grab that and show you. Okay, so this is the quilt pack from Nerida Hansen that I want to make a quilted jacket from. I'll just show you each of the colours and patterns. They're by Jennifer Buron. She's a French surface pattern designer that has done a lot with Nerida Hansen, which I'm grateful for. Nerida Hansen is an Australian fabric producing company and pattern making company, and it just means that it's so much more accessible for us in Australia to get great patterned fabrics and different surface designers from different places. So that's the quilt pack I want to turn into a quilt coat, and I just bought a couple, not just, but a while ago, probably 2 years ago, I bought these other colours to go with it, just to beef it out a little bit, because I wasn't sure. I've never made a quilted jacket before. I wasn't sure whether those were going to be enough to make a whole jacket. I don't think they are. I think in the end I'm also still going to have to use a sort of main colour, and these can be contrast colour, so squares. I'm talking in knitting speak now for something that's quilting. I don't know if it's called that in quilting, and I'll find out. But yeah, so that is actually the dream quilted coat that I would like to make. Something out of these which would just be so bright and happy, which is kind of one of my styles, I suppose. So that's that about the quilted jacket. I'm going to move on to whips now, works in progress, sort of because that wall hanging quilt is a whip technically. I'm currently working on some gift sewing. So many friends have had babies and I've just not made them anything, and I've always made friends' babies something to when they're first born. So yeah, I'm trying to catch up on that and sew some cute tees and stuff. So I've banged out a few of these now. I haven't quite finished, you can see. I'm going to twin needle the neckline down, and I've got to do the hem here and the hem here on the thing. But yeah, those shouldn't take much longer to finish that. I'm making 4 shirts, 4 tees, and I kind of also want to make a couple of things for these. This is a toddler t-shirt pattern. It doesn't go below 2 years old, so I need to make a couple of newborn things. So that's that. Work in progress. And the other one, the reason why I had the Hovia pattern lying around, is that I want to make this jacket. It's probably going to be view B, or even basically this one, because I've got this fabric in grey, and I think that just looks so cool, don't you? This puffy jacket. But I know that in this view, the pockets aren't as deep as in the other views. So that's the only thing that was holding me back. I might do the tie front view with the longer pockets, which you can see here. So this fabric that I'm planning to make that Megan Nielsen's Hovia jacket from is the Merchant Mills quilted jacquard cotton, I suppose, fabric. If you hear some funny thing, that's actually just my dog. So, you know, in the background, licking himself. So I bought this that dog, my current dog is Joey, but I bought this when my first dog, Cuba, died. Nothing like a bit of retail therapy. So that's that, which is going to be a jacket which I want to get done before our Tasmanian holiday. We're going to Tasmania in a month, and I really want some warm clothes because it'll be winter, and I just get into a bit of a making frenzy before a holiday. So I think that'll just be the perfect thing for our Tasmanian trip, and I hope it whips up quick. We'll see. I'm going to line it with this, which I got. It's a silk cotton, and it was a remnant from the fabric store. I love going through the remnant bins at the fabric store, and I'm so grateful there's one in Brisbane, because, I mean, just look at this. I don't normally go for leopard print patterns. I actually kind of hate leopard print. Sorry, people that love it, but I hate it. And but the colors in this really drew me to it, and the fact that it was super cheap for what it is, a silk cotton. And I hope it's enough to line the jacket. So another work in progress that I haven't even started is I really desperately need to do actually is the Closet Core Patterns poof. It's a free pattern if you sign up to their, like, you know, subscriber list or whatever, their special thing. You can get this free pattern for the poof, and you stuff it with all your fabric waste. And I've got so much fabric waste I've been hanging on to that I really don't want sitting around in tubs in my cupboard anymore. So if I make this poof, it would just be perfect. A perfect poof. So I got these, I think they're cotton duck from Spotlight, because I wanted something quite durable, so that obviously the seams don't pop and all my fabric comes exploding out, all my fabric waste. So yeah, these are the three fabrics I'll use to make that poof. That's a work in progress that actually I really hope I get done pretty soon. Yes, okay. Now I'm going to show you some fabrics. These are in no particular order. Maybe I should have put them in an order, but anyway, I'll just take them from top to bottom. This first, I got this for my birthday from my brother's friend, Serena. Thank you so much. It's this navy organza, and she got me matching thread. How savvy is that? And I've always wanted to do an organza top with like puffy sleeves. So this is just going to be that, which is so perfect that I got this as a gift. And I'm thinking of using the Closet Core Cielo top. I don't know how it's pronounced. Anyway, it's the Cielo top, and I want to make that out of this organza, which I think will be great with the sleeves. All right, and then quite a while ago, I got this from the fabric store. It was discounted, and it's just a gorgeous neutral grey, I think it's called Cloud, but it's like you could almost see a little bit of lilac in it. So I got that to make a top out of. I really want to make the Anthea blouse. Sewing friends of mine have made multiple versions, and I see them in it and I just love it. And then people on Instagram making the Anthea blouse a lot, and I follow the hashtag, and I really think it's such a great staple pattern that I would want to wear all the time. So if I just buy that, then maybe I'll make it out of this first. The fabric store linen is always gorgeous. Okay, and then here's something a little different, a patterned fabric that I bought when I was in Sydney for my last trip near my birthday, from the Selvedge Society in Strathfield. So I was excited to get a bit of Rifle Paper Co. fabric. It's called Strawberry Fields, from the Strawberry Fields collection. And I also want to make an Anthea blouse out of this, or a patina blouse. This is part of what's changed with my style. I was so into dresses, and they're so easy to wear, and I still love making them. But I find on a daily basis, I really want to reach for separates. Even though I don't have that many pairs of pants, I really want more tops. So I'm like dying to make tops, and this would make a really cool Anthea blouse or patina blouse. That's the Friday Pattern Company blouse with the great collar. I'll see if I can try to edit photos into this. I don't know how much video editing I want to do though. Anyway, going off on a tangent, went to the fabric store with a friend to help her look for fabric for her wedding dress. I got this. It's a rayon linen blend. So it's got all the best of both worlds, I feel. The great linen structure and color feel and rusticness, but with the rayon drape. So I love these colors. I'm getting really into purples as well, which I never thought I'd be a purple person, but here we are. And my strategy when buying fabrics is that if I want to make a top, I'll get 1.5 meters. If I want to make a dress, I'll get 3 meters. But this is a really wide fabric, which I didn't realize. So, because when she measured out 1.5 meters, it looked like a huge amount of fabric. So actually I could probably make a dress out of this. And now I'm wondering, should I make a dress or a top? Obviously these aren't on my super close future plans, so we'll just see what happens there. I bought this from a D-Stash by Meg. That's at Meg Handmade on Instagram. And this is a old Ellie Whittaker print, I believe. And I just think it's so cool. I just love the colours. Pale pinks, so me. Pinks of any kind, so me. And then with the orange and the purple. So I'm really excited by this. I can't remember how many meters it is. I haven't measured it or anything. Whether I make a dress or a top out of this, I think a dress would look really cool. So that's that. Yeah, I guess this fabric haul part of the video is going a bit far back. Also, probably pretty much till the start of the year, like my knitting segment. I've only bought this much fabric. That's pretty good. This I got at a market with a new Instagram sewing friend. She's at Frond Friends on Instagram. And I was just like, hey, I'm going to Sydney. Do you want to meet up? And we did. And that's what's really cool about Instagram, meeting new people in real life, aside from behind the screen. And I saw this tablecloth, and I don't like the lace edging, but I love the embroidery on it. And it's quite large, so I'm hoping I can get quite a bit out of this embroidery. I'll go a bit closer. Look at that. It's really beautiful. And I'm so inspired by another person on Instagram. Her name's Lil, and it's at Frocks and Frou Frou. And she makes these amazing tops out of tea towels, like really Australiana tea towels. And I think they're so beautiful. So I was kind of vibing off that when I got this tablecloth. So I really hope I can make something out of that. Cool. And then the last thing is, as I said before, I'm reaching a lot for separates, and I realized I don't have that many pants. I just recently bought a pair of pants because I don't want to make them. Pants making is such a slog. I've made a few pairs before and they haven't really turned out. I mean, one of them turned out really great. The others are a little bit janky. Anyway, I thought I'd make a pair of wide leg pants in this cotton duck from Spotlight because I've been loving this fabric since I've seen it there. And I mean, it's just a Spotlight fabric, so why not just have a go at making some pants? I'm thinking maybe Persephone pants, although I also feel like the Persephone pants gives everyone a camel toe. I don't know if I'll do that, or my friend at work who also sews Nat, she's made a few Tessuti Chiara pants and they look really great, so I'm wondering whether I do that. Yeah, so that's all my fabric that I've got to show you. So that's the end of my video. Thank you if you watched. That was so much, like that was a long time. I haven't stitched it together or anything, but I'm worried how long it's gonna take me to edit it. I do want to put in the pictures of things that I'm talking about though, because I think that really helps, especially if you don't know what pattern I'm talking about when I'm talking about it. So I'm just really grateful for you if you've watched it. You can subscribe if you like. I'll probably do some more videos. I'm not sure how regularly. I think monthly makes the most sense. But like I will do maybe a Me Made May special episode, and I might do episodes like my plans for the coming month, and then at the end of the month a video about what I did. So yeah, I'll just see how it feels when I'm doing it, what structure I like. So leave a comment if you like, and message me on Instagram if you want. I'm always open to a chat and meeting new friends. So thanks for watching. Bye bye.